Well, y'all, I'm getting ready to start my experiment. I got one Roma tomato here that I put in slices. There's about 5 slices from that little Roma tomato. And I'm going to plant them. If I get the right tag. I'm going to plant them right here in this little pot. Well, I marked it over here, so I'll put them over here. We're going to put them right here in this one. And I need the trowel, not my spoon. Well, I don't have it, so I'll just use the spoon. I don't want to walk around to the other side of the house. And what I'm going to do is just dig a hole, like a spot, just deep enough to put my slice of tomato under the dirt, just barely under the dirt, or basically even with the dirt, put it that way. Now this one little tomato should provide me with all the little Roma tomato plants that I can handle this summer. Now I'm just slightly going to cover them up, just barely. You don't want them deep, just barely covered up. Now your seeds are already encased in their own little watering system. I've got rocks in here. So that's going to cut down on watering. Just barely covering it up with about a fourth of an inch of dirt. Any of you love Roma tomatoes? Buy you a pretty one. It's only going to cost you probably 50 cents. And there you go. I put the juice in there. That's my tray of Roma tomatoes that I'm going to start right there. Now I've got peppers. I've got a red pepper that I cut the core out just with the seeds. I've got a yellow bell pepper that I cut the core out, you know, the seed part. I haven't even separated them yet. I've got an orange bell pepper that I cut the seeds out of. And here's my green bell pepper. Now this is the way I did my bell pepper seeds last year. And I had huge bell peppers. So I'm going to put the red ones right here, I think. I'm just going to loosen the dirt up a little bit. Pull it to the side. It's already wet because it rained a little bit. And then I had put water on them a little. And I'm just going to break all these little seeds off right in this bucket or in this little pot. I mean, why stop doing something that works, you know? And then I can put that part in the compost. You'll have to forgive my hair. I've been running around in the wind today. But my goodness, there's probably 40, 50 seeds here. And just barely cover them up a little bit, just so they're under the dirt. Just so you don't see them at the top. And there's my red bell pepper. You know, we're not going to leave them in these little pots. We're just going to sprout them in these little pots. I'm going to put my green ones in here. I'm just going to move the dirt to the side a little bit. And I'm going to put these right down in the center. These are my green bell peppers. Go ahead and put that green bell pepper steak in there. I mean, if these come up like they did last year, I'm not going to have to even bother with store-bought seeds. And I did buy some, but I don't know why. I get them right here. And to buy one bell pepper or 4 bell peppers is cheaper than buying 4 packs of seeds. So there's my green ones. I think I'm going to use my other tub for my either purple, and you know what? I just remembered I've still got purple bell peppers I need to plant seeds for. I'm kind of going to make rows and just dump these right into little rows and cover them up. I think I'll go with the orange this time. Put my orange label in there so I don't forget what I'm putting in there. And just remember to put them where they're going to get sun part of the day at least. I mean, they'll come up in the shade, but it'll take them for a long time. Whereas if you go ahead and put them in the sun and just monitor them, you know, keep the soil damp. And it usually takes a pretty good while for pepper seeds to come up. So don't worry, you know, if they don't come up in 2 or 3 days. Get all these little seeds off of these little pieces, and I may just put the little pieces in there. The little pieces will help the seeds come up. And just barely cover them up. You just want them covered up to where you can't see the seeds. You don't need them deep. And you don't need a clump on top of them. And there's my orange ones. Now I still got my yellow ones to do. And I think I'm going to put them right here in this. I mean, this is some good rich dirt that I had stuff growing in last year. Some of it hasn't even broke down completely, but that's going to be good enough to start my seeds in. And like I said, we're just going to pull them out as soon as they're big enough to pull them out. And this is the yellow ones. Get my stake in there. That's a lot of seeds right there in that one pepper. If these seeds come up, I'll have all the bell pepper I know what to do with. I'll be making chow chow and cowboy candy out of sweet pickle relish or sweet peppers. I did a little bit of that last year. That's one reason my cowboy candy was not quite as hot. So it was a milder, it wasn't on fire cowboy candy, put it that way. And just barely cover them up. You probably can't see what I'm doing down in the... But you know, you planted seed before. They're little seeds, so you don't want them but just barely under the dirt. If you plant them too deep, they won't come. I mean, it takes them forever to germinate and come up through the dirt. So just cover them up to where you're not seeing any of the peppers. And there you go. And I'm going to put them around in this area. I'm going to put this right back in the pot where it was. I don't know if you can even see that, but I had it in this tub. That's where I started some peppers last year. I think my green bell peppers was started right there. All this is going to go in the compost. I'm going to put this right under my hummingbird feeder. It'll get sun in the afternoon. And you couldn't see where I put that, I guess. But it's right there, that little white tin planter with the red truck on it. That's my peppers. No, that's my Roma tomatoes there. My orange bell pepper is in this other one, and I'm going to put it down over here. And I'm going to put my red bell pepper over here too. And I've got my green bell pepper. I need to kind of set that in a pot too to help keep it moist. Not sure where I want to put it. I might put it over here because I don't have anything growing in here yet. Way I can put this right back here. And I moved my aloe vera out to see if the roots are alive any at all. But I've already got sunflowers. I think that's what that is coming up there. I'm going to turn this around so you can see where I'm putting this green bell pepper. I'm going to put it right in the top of this. I'm going to break the dirt up a little bit though, so I can set it down in the dirt a little bit. seeds. That little pot is probably the last time I'm going to use that because, and I've got sunflower seeds here. That one last sunflower lived right there. Got a couple of the seeds that's showing. I don't want them showing. They have to pat it down a little bit and put a little bit more dirt on top. But that's all there is to starting bell pepper. I think you can get 3 bell peppers for like 3. I bought the 3. I bought the orange, the red, and the yellow in a package of 3. And it was, what, about $3.59, something like that. And then I already had I had bought 2 green bell peppers. They're a little cheaper. I already had 2 green bell peppers, so I cut the seeds out of one. And that's the seeds I planted. So I've got green bell pepper, orange, red, and yellow. And I've got Roma tomatoes planted. So for all of you that want to see how easy it is, and if you don't have dirt in your buckets already, I mean, if you planted anything last year, use the same dirt that's in your pots. If you have compost, you might want to dump the dirt out into a container, mix it up with a little bit of compost and refresh it. Put it right back in the same bucket and plant your seeds. And you don't even have to do that just to start your seeds. That dirt is rich enough already that you can start seeds in it. Because we're going to have a blue million plants come up from these seeds. And I'm going to be steadily pulling them out, putting them around the garden in different places. But that's how you save money. I mean, I do this every year. That's how I can have such a big garden and not spend so much on seeds. And I do save my seeds. I've got an envelope of seeds in there right now for each pepper that I saved last year. And I haven't even planted those seeds yet. But there's fresh seeds right out of the peppers. And you see the fresh slices right out of the tomato. So we're going to see how long it takes those to germinate and come up. It might take them a little while, but you know, hey, they're going to come up and they're going to give you a ton of little bell peppers and a ton of little Roma tomato plants that you can just spread around your garden. So with that, I hope, you know, somebody's learned something from this little short video. I try to show people everything I've known and learned in gardening. I mean, I do this every year. I try to do a video on how to start seeds from, you know, like this, like from bell peppers, from tomatoes. You can do the same with squash, cucumbers. You can save seeds if you want to replant the next year. Anything that you grow in your garden that grows well, that has a seed that you can save, by God, save those seeds, and that's what you need to plant your garden the next year. But you can already see you don't even have to save your seeds for your bell pepper and your tomatoes. Just buy a tomato at the store, to cut it in slices and plant it. Buy your bell peppers, cook your bell peppers in your recipe, take the seeds and plant them. You don't have to let them dry. They'll dry in the dirt. So with that little tip, I'll wish you a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now. Love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Bye.